Today, we're going to go over two pretty big situations that were recently brought to light regarding the Roblox platform. First, we will look at a platform is currently looking into allowing players and creators to pay for the Roblox Plus subscription directly by using Robux instead of real-world currency, and this potential update has sparked a massive wave of reactions from developers and massive creators across the platform who are seeing a brand new opportunity. Then we will dive into a separate but deeply concerning situation regarding the immense negative feedback surrounding the new age check and safety requirements on the platform. We will look at exactly how a high-ranking Roblox chief safety officer responded to the growing frustration from influencers and developers who are the biggest drivers of revenue on the platform, and we'll see exactly why the company is absolutely refusing to compromise on these deeply unpopular changes despite the massive community backlash. Now to begin, we're going to look at exactly what was uncovered in the first situation regarding the Roblox Plus subscription. So the initial news broke out when the news account named RTC posted an update stating that Roblox is looking into a way to pay for Roblox Plus via Robux, and this single update immediately caught the attention of the entire community because for the longest time, subscriptions like this always require real money. But the actual official confirmation came from a Roblox staff member named Nick T, who directly replied to a programmer named Mads, who agreed to the idea of paying for Roblox Plus for Robux, stating they are 100% back in. And Nick T responded by saying, "Great, yes, we've heard this request from a number of creators and are actively looking into options for creators to pay for Robux." And he also added that they will have more to share in the coming months. Now this is a massive shift in how the platform handles its internal economy and its creator ecosystem, because immediately after this was announced, a ton of developers started weighing in on how this would possibly impact them. For example, a user named Nicola posted a tweet saying, "For broke devs who only gets Robux instead of USD, this is low-key kinda cool." And another user named Train R Studios echoed this exact same sentiment by stating, "Okay, this is a great idea, especially for game developers who can use the Robux to get extra features." And if you really think about it, this makes complete sense for the developer community on this specific platform, because there are so many creators on the platform who earn a massive amount of Robux from their games, but might not necessarily have the raw funds readily available, or they just prefer to reinvest their earned Robux straight back into the development tools rather than cashing out through the DevX program. But it's not just the developers who are talking about this, because massive influencers are also jumping to the conversation to share their thoughts. Massive YouTuber Creepcraft posted a tweet saying, "Roblox letting players pay for Roblox Plus with Robux instead of $5 a month will be great." And then he brought up a very interesting point about the younger audience by stating, "Anyone without $5 can just beg their favorite YouTuber or developer and get it that way." And honestly, this highlights a very real dynamic on the platform where players constantly ask massive creators for Robux. So if this update actually goes through, it essentially creates a brand new pathway for players to access premium features without ever needing a credit card, which could completely change the landscape of the entire subscription model. Now going to the second major part of this video, we have to look at a completely different and much more serious situation regarding the safety updates on this platform. Because recently a user named Ray posted a tweet stating, "The Roblox Chief Safety Officer Matt Kaufman has responded to the backlash over Roblox new age check and safety requirements." And this massive response from Kaufman was prompted by a very detailed and highly critical message from a user named Star. So we need to look at exactly what Star asked, because it completely outlines a massive frustration brewing within the developer community right now. Star started the message by pointing out that recent changes, including requiring the age check to chat, have been met with immense negative feedback from both developers and influencers alike, both of which are the biggest drivers of Roblox revenue. And they pointed out that despite pushback from these specific groups, the company has moved forward with no compromise on the changes they are surely aware are the least popular. And they heavily emphasize that these new requirements are demonstrated to be some of the least popular changes today. So they asked a series of direct questions to the corporate staff. They asked, does Roblox take into account maintaining good developer relations despite no apparent reception to feedback? And he also asked if Roblox is aware of the impact it may face on the current platform and its future ambitions if developers and influencers continue to be growingly frustrated with the platform. And finally, they asked, if so, why has Roblox continued to make zero concessions with the least popular changes despite the overwhelming feedback and increasing frustration? Now these are incredibly heavy questions because they directly challenge the corporate entity on why they're completely ignoring the massive outcry from the very people who literally keep the platform alive and generate the revenue. But the response from Matt Kaufman, who posts under the name RBX Rocketman, is extremely revealing regarding the actual reality behind the scenes. Kaufman started his response by stating, "Our job as a platform is to balance the needs of every part of our community, which is players, parents, creators, and influencers." And this is where things take a very serious turn, because he explicitly stated, "We have heard loudly from parents and policymakers that they need stronger assurances about the content available to our youngest users, and we take that just as seriously as we take feedback from creators and influencers." So right away, Kaufman is establishing that the platform is under massive pressure, not just from angry parents, but from literal government policymakers. And he wanted to explain their internal thought process by saying, "We are thinking about how to balance our freedom of creativity and the joy that comes with building really anything." And he continued by asking, "How do we balance that with making sure that the content that is accessible to our youngest users and young teens is age appropriate?" And then Kaufman directly addressed a core issue that everyone is mad about by stating, "On age check specifically, we understand it's unpopular, but the honest reality is that the cost of not acting is greater greater than the fiction of acting. And this specific sentence is the entire reason why the company is refusing to back down on this issue. Because Kaufman then revealed the terrifying reality of the situation by stating, without these requirements, Roblox risks losing access in entire regions, which means fewer players, smaller audiences, and less opportunity for every creator and influencer building on this platform. And he follows this up with an incredibly blunt statement saying, some Roblox everywhere is better than full Roblox nowhere. So all in all, Kaufman is completely exposing the fact that if they do not implement these deeply unpopular age checks, the platform could literally be banned in entire countries or states. And he finished his response by stating, Roblox today is not the platform it was 5, 10, almost 20 years ago. There are more responsibilities that come with our scale, yes, but there are also exponentially more opportunities to build a real business, reach a global audience, and access more power tools than ever before. Now, after this massive response from Matt Kaufman was posted, the community reaction actually started to shift significantly away from anger, because even massive creators who usually criticize the company began to understand the extreme severity of the situation. For example, CreateCraft posted a tweet saying, hot take, Matt Kaufman is not wrong here. I hate age verification, but from reading in between the lines, it looks like Roblox's hands were tied here. And he concluded his thought by bluntly stating, it was either this or Roblox gets banned. And honestly, it is incredibly surprising to see such a massive creator openly agree with a completely unpopular update, but the reasoning provided by Kaufman is just undeniably true. And another user named Evan Bear completely agreed with this sentiment as well. He stated, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think Matt's response is A-class, and I'm glad he came out and said this transparently. And he specifically highlighted the Kaufman quote saying, Roblox is not the platform it was 5, 10, almost 20 years ago. He followed up by admitting, I know it is hard to accept, but it is a reality, and pointed out that Kaufman even acknowledges that age verification is widely unpopular. However, he clarifies that by no means he is going to defend Roblox for every decision, but his take of some Roblox everywhere is better than full Roblox nowhere is a fantastic way to put it. And finally, we have a tweet from a user named Tricklet that completely summarizes the actual financial reality for all the angry developers who are currently upset. He made the post stating, everyone real mad about age checks until they realized the alternative is their DevEx revenue would get reduced to fractions after local state jurisdictions inevitably make Roblox a figurehead for child safety policy regulations, followed by regional takedowns. And this is the absolute truth of the matter that so many people, ironically including myself, were completely missing initially. Because it turns out that apparently, developers who are not happy about losing a fraction of their players due to age checks will lose infinitely more money if entire states or countries completely block the platform from operating within their borders. So all in all, this entire situation essentially highlights the whole reality that the platform is currently undergoing a massive shift, primarily in how it operates on a legal level. And it's kind of interesting to see how quickly the community outrage shifts regarding these safety changes when the actual threat of regional bans and government regulations is brought to light. And honestly, I think we should probably give it a second thought this time, because it seems the alternative to these age verification restrictions is losing the platform entirely, whether we like it or not. But I really want to know what you guys think about it, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.